Off we go from Denver. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
What do you think?
They go again with Blue. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jaden Blue with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Looking to put a drive together. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. You look at this Cowboy defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Nix to the air. Oh, he still makes the catch, even though it was tipped at the line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Now that's the defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You've covered everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
3rd and 3. Working out of the gun is Nix. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together. Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Off the play fake. Nix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside. And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? You've got to make sure that he's really into this game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington. And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he's got room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 101 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day. First down, and they go right back to blue. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt. For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Yeah! Here we go, Clyde! Let's go, kill!
Now Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as he'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some. Prescott now. Trying to set up a screen for Blue. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll swing this out to Blue. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They run for it. Here's Blue. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Jaden Blue with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Aubrey good with the PAT. And it makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarvion overshown. Gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Captain.
Here's Nix. That is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw is Nix. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
To throw is Prescott. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing, Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46. Yeah, here we go. Wait, check. Gun. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
To the air again, Prescott. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, Make sure someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 122 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, here we go.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now receiver in motion left. Finds Pickens out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here this first half. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Once more with Harvey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
1st and 10.
To throw, here's Nix. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
16 yards. That's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. DeMarvion Overshown, the one to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2nd and 9.
Captain. Oh, I said.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. On the throw, running too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
An anxious moment or two here, but they do get him down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Final play of the half. Prescott. A strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to 43. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Evades him at the 20. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
This 2nd and 4. Nick's going to give to Hardy. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into space at the 45. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Another Broncos.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Coleman will try up the middle. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll go play action with Nix. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. Nix to the air. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Nix looking to throw again. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
A 39-yard attempt.
And Lutz missed it to the right. No good. And the deficit will hold at 22.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott off play action. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
On play action, Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DJ Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Play action now. Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Chill. Hold on, set. Captain. Ready. Ready, Hudson.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. On the gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Hold on, set.
Back to throw again. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Kill. 47. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Gets this out wide to Pickens. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 16 more on that one and another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run the full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Yeah!
Blue is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Broncos' 2-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jaden Blue with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Cowboys up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
The kicker on.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 6.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's Nix. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he comes back with one complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Lots of look to have the extra point. And now it's blocked. The Cowboys pick it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one. You figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.